All right, friends, today we are going to take all of these ingredients and we're going to make this creamy Tuscan chicken pasta. Yummy. It says chicken, but it was a recipe actually that was turkey, that was like Italian sausage, and I couldn't for some reason find that recipe to print. I don't know why. But this is like the same recipe. It just doesn't have, instead of chicken, I'm using this sweet Italian sausage. And I'm using turkey sausage because that's just mostly what we eat. So, all of this. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you subscribe and give me a like on this if you like these types of videos, me just showing you the things I cook during the week. So to start off this pasta, I'm just cutting up some spinach. I like to pull the stems off of the spinach just to make sure that they're not in the pasta. I just don't like how that tastes, but weird enough, I like how it tastes in my salad. So I know, I'm weird. So after I get through pulling all the stems off of the spinach, I then just moved and grabbed some pasta. My water was boiling, so I said, let me go ahead and throw the pasta in there and get that done. Then I decided to start to cut up some of these mushrooms. So I have really started to like mushrooms. I used to be so anti-mushroom, but it adds so much flavor to a meal that I'm just kind of in love. Next, you're gonna add in your Italian sausage. I didn't buy the rolled Italian sausage. I actually bought the ones that were the links, and I kind of just pushed the meat outside of the little thin film that was around the sausage and added it because I wanted the sweet Italian sausage and not just plain Italian sausage, so I got that instead. I add the meat. Once I add the meat, I also add in some garlic and a little bit of butter. I probably don't need the butter, but you know, butter makes things better. So after I do that, I'm just kind of cooking up my meat, trying to get it to brown. As I'm doing that, I'm also watching my pasta as it is boiling. I added something also. It's a brand called Kinder's, and they have so many different types of seasoning. This seasoning is garlic, butter, and herb, and it adds just an awesome taste to your food. After you take your meat out, you're going to then place the pan back onto the heat, and you're going to go ahead and add in your butter. You're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of butter. You're also going to add in some minced garlic and let that kind of saute for just a moment. After your butter has fully melted and it's sauteed for a good minute, then you're going to go and add in your sun-dried tomatoes. Make sure you pull the oil off of those tomatoes before adding them, just in order to prevent extra juice being in the sauce. After adding in the tomatoes, you're going to go ahead and add in your spinach, and you're also going to add in your mushrooms and go ahead and mix all those ingredients together and let them go ahead and simmer down. After you add everything, you're gonna let your spinach go ahead and simmer down and make sure that it's cooked all the way through. And then you're gonna go ahead and add in your 3 cups of heavy cream. Now, after you add the cups of heavy cream, I would suggest leaving it on the heat just for a second, continuously stirring it, and then go ahead and remove it from the heat so that you don't have any burning. After you remove your sauce from the heat, you're going to then add in about a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. You could add a little bit more if you're just a cheese person. And then you're going to go ahead and add a little bit of more salt and pepper and Italian seasoning to your sauce. You'll then go and grab your meat that you put to your side, and you're going to add it back into the sauce, and you're going to go ahead and mix it all the way through. Make sure sauce gets on all of that meat. And then I prefer to add my meat into my pasta and my sauce and mix it all together almost like a spaghetti. Or you can just leave them separate, and as you're plating it, you can add the meat and the sauce to your pasta. And there you have it. It is Tuscan Italian sausage pasta. So I didn't plate it this time. I just didn't have time. I was trying to catch the boys. But this is it. It's done. It's ready to be served. And I will tell you, I ate it like 2 days after I had made it, and it was still delicious, and it was very, very flavorful. So this is definitely a meal for you and your family to enjoy. Hi friends, so my dinner for tonight is a crock pot meal, and I'm doing Korean beef tacos. I'm so excited about it because I got this idea from one of my favorite YouTubers, Sarah Vargas, and so it's Korean beef tacos, and I used the recipe from Skinny Taste, and I'll link it below. But I've already been marinating my steak. I know, y'all, I have some of this stuff just laying around, but as you can see, I marinated my steak with onions. I got regular onions and also red onions. And then the mixture is soy sauce. That's in this recipe. The mixture, that's what I printed. And the mixture is what? It's soy sauce, sesame oil, onion, garlic, brown sugar, ginger, and red pepper flakes. Now, I didn't have red pepper flakes, so I substituted with chili powder. Didn't have ginger, so I used some cinnamon. And so, yeah. And then I was a little short on soy sauce, and so I added just a little bit of beef broth. Yeah, I had a lot of things missing, y'all. I know. But that is going to be our dinner. I'm going to stick it in this crock pot, and it's going to cook. All of this is going to cook in the crock pot for about 4 hours. And then I'm going to go check on it. This time my beef with my marinade poured in here. I have it set at low. It'll probably cook on low for about an hour, and then I'll turn it up just so it can go ahead and cook, because the recipe said like 8 hours, and yeah, 8 hours is not gonna work for me. So there we go. I'll cook this for an hour, turn it on high, and then we'll come back and check on this at about 4 o'clock, because right now it is 2. So we'll check on this in like 2 hours. Alright, so this is where my steak is. It's been cooking for like 2 hours at this point. And it's looking pretty good. So the next thing is I'm gonna cook a little bit more. It's probably gonna be cooking to about 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's turned on high now, and in about 30 minutes, I'm gonna start cutting up the slaw that's gonna go on top of this. All right, friends, so the second part of this recipe is a coleslaw, or a slaw, not a coleslaw, but a slaw. And the slaw is of carrots and what's this thing called? A cucumber. And so I'm gonna cut that up to make the slaw. It's basically cucumbers, shredded carrot, rice vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil, and salt mixed together. So let's see how that matchstick. Short slices. Okay. You said what? Are you gonna put matchstick? It's just long ways. It really thin. Whatever. You just cut it in half.
Realistic.
That's what I'm gonna do. No, I'm gonna do like I said. Cut this in half. Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? Doing it wrong still.
So I have cut up my cucumber and my carrots. So now I'm going to add, what did it say? 1.5 tablespoons of this rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of the sesame, and then a little bit of salt and pepper to this. And it's supposed to make a lovely coleslaw.
I'm gonna borrow your rice vinegar and put some in there. Marinade.
We deviated, is that the word?
Yeah.
We deviated from the recipe a little bit, and we decided to add shrimp to our tacos. So we're gonna have Korean shrimp tacos too. Yum.
That's a tad bit of rice.
We don't measure things accurately.
It's still vinegar. So.
Why are you screaming?
Still vinegar.
Okay, it's time to do 1.5 tablespoons. Let's see. 1. Oh, it was 1.5. Oops, my bad.
You get low. Look.
Okay. Let me see. And do a little bit of salt and pepper. I like this. Alright. And that is your slaw that's supposed to go on top of your tacos. Alright friends, this is my final product. So I did add a few things to it, like the tomatoes and a little bit of lettuce and sour cream, but this is my version of Korean beef tacos, and I also have a few of the shrimp for some shrimp tacos, Korean tacos. It's on the same sauce, but this is dinner.
I am deciding to do White Castle sliders with our ground turkey. And they're gonna be a little bit different because I'm gonna use regular size buns, so they're not really sliders. But I want them thin like White Castle with that lovely onion taste, and I'm gonna cook them on my griddle. Is this a griddle? What is this? I forgot the name of this thing. Yeah, griddle. I'm gonna cook them on the griddle. So let's have some fun. So step one for me, I have already started to cut up my onion. Pretty thin slice. I'm gonna chop it up a little bit more, and I'm gonna use this as my base. I'm gonna flatten out my ground turkey, season everything up, and if it doesn't turn out good, then you know we're still gonna eat it because we don't have anything else on thought right now. Oh, so let me chop this up. Alright, next I am going to flatten my meat. Oh, yeah. This is a different step too. Hopefully. We'll see. Next I'm going to flatten my meat so it'll cook evenly. And place it in between this parchment paper here. And I want to get it roughly the size of my hamburger bun. Maybe a tad bit bigger, but I'm only gonna be making 4, so let's see what happens. It's been about 30 minutes. The boys are fed, and now we are gonna take so yeah, turkey patties out of the oven. That's what they're looking like frozen. Oh yeah, it's a nice. Did I say oven? Oh my god, the freezer. They're frozen. They shouldn't be frozen if they're coming out the oven anyway. I got my onions here. Put a little seasoning on them just because I like, you know, to season a little of everything. Raw onion. I'm gonna put some Worcester sauce in my onion mixture on the bottom and beef broth. That's right. Yeah, some beef broth. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put the onions and the liquid on bottom, and we're gonna steam. That's why the holes are there. Like I said, we're gonna steam. We're gonna put some buns on top, let those get a little steam and start steaming up, and we're gonna see how they turn out. They're gonna be so good. Look at those. They look so good. This pan is hot in my hand, but they look so good. And they're gonna taste even better. Thank you for cooking with me tonight, guys. Hopefully Connie likes them.